The one really interesting thing about this person is, first is, he's a towering personality. Physically speaking, he's a very tall guy.
And he's joined us, by the way. He's joined us now.
Oh, is he? Yeah. So, you know, a very, very interesting person, been a personal inspiration and very close friend of mine for very many years. Very knowledgeable, very well-read, candid, funny. There's so many traits to the person, but he can come out with very, very, pick up some very serious topics and present it in really interesting ways, assimilable to all of us in the current. Pawan, on to you.
Okay, perfect.
Gokul Chandra Prabhu, I hope, can you hear us?
Hare Krishna Pranam, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We hear you. Would love to see you also, though.
I'm invisible today.
First is Jnatum, then Drashtum.
Wait. Where to press to see me? Wait, Baba, you know. Computer runs on kerosene, you know. All right. Yeah, you are looking nice, Sadhu Baba.
Thank you. Pawan, did you have to say?
All right.
I have some points. Gokul Prabhu, yes, we are seeing you.
Can you see the Brahmajyoti behind? There's Brahmajyoti, Baba.
Yeah.
For faithless non-believers, you see.
Yeah.
Mystical. Okay. Is this better?
Yes. A little better, no doubt. Yeah, much better.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Somebody locked our office, you know.
Oh, really?
That was better. Krishna's plan. Good.
Thank you very much for joining us. We have with us many of our usual members in Bhakti Lounge. Thank you for taking the time out and being here with us.
Joining for the dinner?
Sorry?
Am I joining for the dinner?
Oh, yeah. In the usual course, the dinners would have been interesting in Bhakti Lounge. But unfortunately, with the current scenario, we may not be able to online provide you anything other than sweet words.
What is use of modern science? They can't provide even dinner online. There is a phone there on the printer on the top of the phone. Sorry for interruption. There are many children moving around.
We are on to you. Patit Pawan, what is the format? Do you have something to say before you kick off? Is Prabhu going to speak for a few minutes and then we move for Q&A? Or is it Q&A straight away? Lead the roost, Patit Pawan.
Okay.
Confess everything first.
Okay. First, thank you, Prabhu, for joining us. And thanks to all of the Bhakti Lounge members who have logged in online. So we have received some questions on our WhatsApp group. We advertised it as Ask a Monk. And so there have been some questions that have come across. And if you remember, there was also a question from last week we wanted to carry forward. So we'll go through. If you don't mind, can I ask you in some of the questions, and we can go through in terms of flow. And these are just some. For the rest of the members who may have additional question, are free to use the chat. You can, throughout the conversation, you can keep questioning or adding comments onto our chat group over here. So, Prabhu, are we ready to begin?
What did you say? Ask a monkey? Or Monkey. A line problem. It's a line problem. All right. So we have basically question answer session, is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, please go ahead.
So Prabhu,
yes, can you make Prabhu the main speaker view so we have him on full screen?
Oh, please, can you see in my room on the table? Please,
okay,
my big friends.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Prabhu, the first question is just to know a bit about yourself. So what inspired you to become a Hare Krishna monk, and why do you live the life of a celibate?
Wow. And what is the second question?
Why?
My goodness, why you want to know all these things? Come on, be serious. You should ask me something practical, like what is the latest song of Billie Eilish? Who is fighting in UFC next? What's the price of the gold now? Come on, be practical, man. Huh? Oh, look at this. Huh? Who said we have no fan? Look at this. Huh? I cannot show you who is fanning. I'll be charged for racism, you know. I fan myself, though. Okay, so now really, what you want to know?
So, Prabhu, what inspired you to be a Hare Krishna monk and specifically a celibate?
Well, you see, I was like you, same, you know, looking around, trying to be happy in material world, playing music. We had a rock band. I was playing drums. I know Nanda Kumar will consider this noise compared to his Veena music. It was noisy though. But, you know, just like anybody else in material world, trying to make sense, basically how to be happy, how to keep some status quo at least, you know, like that. And, you know, when you're young, there is something in your head like, okay, what I'm doing now is not what I want to do, is not what I'm supposed to do, is not exactly what will make me happy, you know. That thoughts are there, and that idea that I'm young and I will find it or find her or something like that, you know, the happiness, I mean. So you know, you try different things, you fool around and this and that. Then, but always there is something little missing, something little, you know, something not really keeping you fully happy, you know. As you know how it goes. You try this, try that. And then, you know what, I was in, what you call in India, this will be something equal to 10th standard, I guess, second high school, we say. So, yeah, and it was a 10th standard, you may say. I got Prabhupada's books. I got this, oh, you cannot see, is it? Too much light, you know, you see, this is problem with celibacy. Too much light on the screen. All right, can you hear what I'm talking?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you and we can see you clearly also.
Oh, unfortunately. Okay, so last time was better. You couldn't hear anything, so everybody had the fun. Okay, so you see what happened is that I got Prabhupada's book in the school. I got Perfect Question and Science of Self-Realization, these two books. So now what happened with Prabhupada, when I read it, what happened is that he is the first person to make it clear to me what's really wrong with my search of happiness, and define me clearly what is the human life, what is a soul, what is God. It was vague, you may say. First time I read it was kind of vague understanding, okay, but again, it was really first time kind of it makes sense what is life, you know, why things are happening like this. I'm soul, I'm not the body, satisfying senses, this temporary material world, you know, we are conditioned with time, with happiness, the stress, they're rotating. When I read the book, I just agreed, you know, I was just reading page after page. Hey, I agree, he's right. I just, you know, kind of person dissolved me completely after reading Science of Self-Realization. Say, wow, where is this person coming from? Where is this knowledge coming from? It was mind-blowing, you know. But you see, you are people born in India, you people have some knowledge, some culture, some understanding from childhood, you know. But for us in the West was really new thing, you know, reincarnation. First time I heard it from Prabhupada book, you know, soul, humans, dharma, 4 principles. That was revelation. That was something, wow. That were 4 pillars of our life, you know, in the, you know, in the youth. And it was so convincing, very convincing. But I had to wait after that another 4 years so that devotees open temple in my city. So 4 years after reading books, I kind of, what do I do alone in the world, you know? I didn't know that there are temples, there are devotees, there was no any address anywhere, you know? So I didn't know what to do. It was interesting, but I didn't know what to do, how to practice, no clue of anything, you know? So 4 years later, I think that was then 93 devotees open center in my city. And after meeting them, just, you know, it was very attractive. Everything they did, everything that, you know, I don't know, I like everything. I like shave hair. I had long hair, you know, before. My father would introduce me to our relatives. He would say, "This is my daughter." I had the long hair. I had to lift it up before sitting on the chair, you know, really long. When I joined, we cut the hair and we sell it in Italy. I got 120,000 liras, which was good money that time, maybe $150 for hair. We purchased pots for the kitchen for the temple. And temple presidents say, at least some use of this, Thomas, you had on the head. You know, so yeah. Then you know, I like the way they dress. I like the prasadam. I like the smell of incense. I like the music. I like the mridanga. I was just mind blown with everything I seen. It just was so attractive. So you know, prasadam. My goodness, this was completely new flavors, new taste, something out of the world. You know. So yeah, I just didn't. How much I took 2 months to think about it, and then I joined. You know, I was looking for suitable bag to carry, but it took me 2 months. Then I packed my things and joined temple, and here we are, like that, you know. So it's attractive. It makes sense, you know. I just I was disarmed with Prabhupada's arguments. I had to agree with everything he said, you know. It was so good. It was so convincing. And not only logical, but just it was appealing, you know, just makes sense. I couldn't bluff. I couldn't pretend. I couldn't argue with Prabhupada. It didn't make sense, you know. I trust him. I read the book. I said, my goodness, this is the person who knows. He really knows. Then I got other books. I got Life Comes from Life. And that was the really another one bomb in my life, because kept some sentiment for science, you know, but Prabhupada would pierce, you know, scientists, rascals, what do they know? And I was, oh, why is he speaking like this? But then he would explain, he would, you know, give good arguments, and I had to agree. There was no way, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense even today. When we hear Prabhupada's lectures, or today morning we were all together hearing, my goodness, it just makes sense what he says. It's simple, straightforward, it's beautiful. So I thought, what's the use bluffing around and messing up around, you know, just try to follow what he says, you know, and it's, you know, in heart that it's true what he says. Just how much we can follow, how much we can surrender. That's really, you know. And it's nice. Is there anybody better than devotees in the world? I do not know. Is there any better company than devotees? You can't find anybody like this. You know, it just makes sense. Anyway, better you ask something specific. Huh?
Okay. So a specific question. First one is, where is God truly found, and why does God have so many names?
Where is God truly found?
And why does he have so many names?
You see, this is it's a big question, but has very simple answer. God is found where his devotees are, you know. God is found in the heart of his devotees. God is found yatra gayanti mad bhakta. When my devotees glorify me, Krishna says, you can find the God. But you see, you can see our movement. When Prabhupada came, everybody was attracted with him. They didn't know philosophy, they didn't have punya Westerners. They didn't have any clue how to treat a guru or how to respect sannyasi or what is left hand, what is right hand. Nothing they knew, nothing. When some scholar would come to temple and wanted to purchase Bhagavatam, he would ask disciples that, oh, you have books? Yes, we have books. So these are books about Chaitanya Avatar. The boy never heard about Chaitanya Avatar, you know. He didn't know. He didn't know that he's from Bengal. He didn't know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nothing he knew. He was distributing books. You know. So the
Hare Krishna.
yes,
Sorry
can
to
you hear?
interrupt.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I have to say, much of this audience is also quite new to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So,
oh, is it? All
yeah,
right.
all of them are totally cold to any serious Krishna consciousness for that matter, or
Okay.
much about the temple environment. Would appreciate if you could break that up for us. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so for new people, I'll say a few words. Look, the thing is that how to find God. What we find from in our own life and in the life of devotees is that you find God with his devotees, actually, with people who, you know, that's the main point. And when I'm coming from the West, I'm not having Indian background or any cultural background in that sense of God worship or anything like that. But when we read these Prabhupada's books, these Vedic books, we find amazing information which you don't find anywhere else in the world, that God is a person, that God is beautiful. That was mind-blowing when I was reading. God is most beautiful. Hey, it makes sense. You know, I remember my grandfather had a photo of Michelangelo, you said, painting when God is touching a finger of Adam, famous painting. And God is painted old man with the long white beard, you know, beard. And I was reading Prabhupada's books to say, God is 16 years old, looking like a 16 years old boy, beautiful, ever youthful, just so charming and attractive. And I say, yeah, this is God. This makes sense, you know. God is beautiful. What a nice point, you know. So I was saying, God is beautiful. Everyone is attracted with him. His voice is beautiful. His look is amazing. He's so polite and charming and good talker and pleasant to be in his association, you know. So this is amazing. This information. Then you got second information. God can change form at his will. He can just change form. He can appear in different form, different face, different color. Wow. Why not? Why not? Why we should be limited, you know, one form of God. God can do whatever he wants to do. And then you hear God take form like this, God take form, white form as a Balaram or golden form as Chaitanya. Why? To enjoy, to give pleasure to his devotees, to play around. If you have a power to do whatever you want to do, Patit Pawan, what would you do? I cannot hear you. Is it a technical problem?
No, I'm still wondering what I would do.
Right. Now everybody can think, no? Can you imagine? You have power to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Correct? So will you be still sitting and staring at me and your computer? You won't. You will do something funny, something interesting. No, because God is good by nature. God is good person by nature. So whenever he does something, he enjoys, but he benefits others also. I no guarantee I would do the same if I have any power. You know, if I have any power, I'll pull you now by the ear from distance like this. But I have no power, don't worry. So you see, what is the point? The point is that God actually has a power and he can do whatever he wants to do. And he does it. Look, this is beauty of Vedas. They give you so much information. Eko Devo Nitya Leela Anurakto. Bhagavan is always enjoying. God is always enjoying with his devotees. They do anything, everything. What we do here on this planet, they also do. But their bodies are better, their atmosphere is better, their food is better, their singing is better, their dress is better, their faces are more beautiful. That is God's arrangement, that is God's kingdom. And it makes sense to me, you know. So this I wanted to hear, that what is going on in kingdom of God? What is happening there, you know? And then you hear just fun, just playing, dancing, singing, eating and playing and messing up around. And there is no beating and no angry parents and no professors and no schools, no police around, no red lights, no limit on speed. Wow, what a fun, you know. It must be like this with God, you know. People think, it must be fun, Baba. No? People think, you know, oh, this, what did you mention? Celibacy. Celebrity, what did you say? Celibacy.
Yeah.
Oh, celibacy. When you say celibacy in the West, immediately this, what do you call, eclipse comes, you know. You can see all faces are celibate. Oh, like some suffering, some self-imposed suffering, like this Shias they do, you know, they punish themselves, you know. Shias, when they have festival, Mourning festival, then they take some knives and they beat themselves. So people think this is what it is, you know. Yeah, but that's not the point. What is the point? I had a friend who was preparing for Olympics. He was good runner, you know, and we would have fun, you know, we'll go play around and, you know, what do you say, drink barley juice, you know. You know what is barley juice? No? Some experienced ones are smiling.
Fermented barley
Fermented
juice.
barley.
Yeah, fermented barley juice, yeah. It was branded Heineken at the time. And we would call him, come, let's go for a juice and, you know, let's a little bit make some what do you call, the smoking signals around, you know. And he would refuse. He would all the time refuse, you know. So we were thinking, what a loser, you know, he would not mingle with girls, he'll not go to cinema, he will not, you know, drink with us or smoke or play, nothing, hardly he would come out. Just running. But you see, after 2 years, he came home with the golden medal, you know. So all his hard work was actually, you know, rewarded. So same thing, you know, people think, oh, you don't eat meat, you don't go to cinema, you don't watch the TV or whatever, you know, celibacy. Oh, this is horror story, no? But actually, you have to sacrifice something to gain something better. You have to, even if you want to finish your exam in the college, or you want to, you know, what to speak of golden medal, you know, you can see the interviews with actors, film actors. They have their 1 or 2 years when they're filming, they can't be with their family, they have to follow diet, they have to sacrifice so many things, you know, but then again, something they achieve. So anything in life, you have to sacrifice something. Now what we are gaining is the highest thing possible to achieve, the Lord's love of God. So for that, you have to sacrifice everything. For that, you have to actually, but it's not sacrifice for the sake of sacrifice. so therefore it's bitter. It's not like that. It's out of pleasure. It's done out of love right from beginning. It's not that only at some high stage you feel love of God, but Krishna, for you I'm doing this. From beginning attitude is like that. Even perfection is not achieved, but the attitude is perfect. That Krishna, for you will do this, you know. So that gives you so much pleasure. Otherwise you go mad, you know. Otherwise, you know, just who can suppress, you know. Amen. I was 21 when I joined temple, you know. I was physically fitted, you know. So that's the point, you know. It's not that, you know, by some force or by some, sorry, we have no tables here, you know. Everything is shaking a little bit. Did you notice? So, you know, people are thinking, what is this monk's life, celibacy life? But this is all different world altogether. It's world of real, you're discovering your real self, your real nature. You're completely dipping into the soul, you know. Here in material world, I have to pretend I'm such and such, working such and such company, I'm father of these children, or I'm important person in this community, no? But in spiritual life, you are actually what you are. You are the soul, that real person. You have nothing to achieve from anybody. You're not asking anybody outside anything. You're not pretending to be something else. You don't have to, you know, wear somebody else's shoes. You know, you are what you are from beginning. 24 hours, you are servant of God. And this is tremendous pleasure. This is such a safety, such a comfort, such a shelter, you know. Tomorrow you may, but it's power, you may lose job tomorrow. You know that? This is not a curse. This is simply foreseeing the future. You know, as a sadhus, we get some mystic powers, you know. So you may lose job. So there may be some anxiety, there may be some, you know, something uncomfortable, this, that, you know. But when you are actually full-time, how to say, what do you say, monkey? Monk. So if you're full-time monk, then there is no, you can't lose job because God is eternal and you are eternal. This is eternal job. No more losing job, you know. You know? So it's a mind is completely different, you know. You're completely peaceful. I remember when I went to get visa for America, USA visa, famous, the easiest one to get, no? Right. So they refused me twice. I'll tell you why. So there was an African-American fellow in Chennai sitting in the office there. So I came as I am, maybe not same kurta. You see the kurta, okay? Not the same one. I had the new one that time to impress him. And I went there to the American embassy that I want to go for 1 month in USA. I got invitation from my friend. So he asked me 4 things. He asked me many things, but he says, sorry, I can't give you visa. I say, why? Why? I mean, what will one Hare Krishna monk do to you American people? What threat I am to America, you know? So he say, no, you have to show me, prove to me that you will come back to India. So I say, so how do I prove? So he said, first, if you are married, if you have family, then I will give you visa. I say, sorry, no family. So then he said, okay, second, if you are here for job, you have employment, I'll give you visa. So, sorry, no salary, no employment. Okay. Third thing, if you are in India for education, if you're going some college, some institute, I'll give you visa. I'm uneducated, sorry. Okay. And the fourth thing, if you are owner of some property, if you own some property, some land, some house, something, some reason to return to India. So I said, sorry, no property. So he said, then how can I give you visa? You don't have any of these 4 things. I told him, I started laughing. And this is African American. He also started laughing. You know, he's a little jolly fellow. He said, why are you laughing? I say, the 4 things my guru asked me not to have. That is family, the job, education, or properties. That's exactly what I don't have. So I started laughing, you know. So he was polite. He said, you know, okay, I understand. Monks, they have to be like this. But he said, otherwise, what is the difference between you and me? So this is the point. He hit the point. Still, he didn't give me visa. He said that, I'm sorry, please understand me. You know, I cannot give you visa. I said, don't worry, I'm okay, you know, I don't mind for your visa, you know. Keep America for yourself. So you understand, people think it's kind of suffering, but it's pleasure, you know. It's not, there is no suffering. Where did you see Hare Krishna? We are fried Hare Krishna. We are living celibacy, you know. And there is no fried Hare Krishna. There are fried pakoras, but not the fried Hare Krishnas, you know. If you practice normally, you must be happy, you know. Krishna consciousness, susukam kartum avyayam, you know. So people think spiritual life is renunciation and self-torture, self-imposing rules, and what is that? Some special type of modesty. You have to tie your head, you know, and you know, be shy and not look anywhere. But I think that I was much more shy before coming to Krishna consciousness, really, you know. I was always a little shy and kind of quiet fellow, you know? But now some wild nature came out. I don't know. Maybe I'm lion in spiritual world. Or maybe a bull, or some tough bull, you know, or something. So what is the point? That it's nothing, not that concept what Christians have in their head about modesty, chastity, you know. It's loving God, opening your heart, pouring down the feelings freely, you know. In material world, you pour down your feelings and you get on your fingers, you know, a little slap, you know. You know that? But you're laughing nicely. It seems like you have some experience.
So there are a lot of people over here.
Right. Oh, sorry. I should not expose you. What to do? You are asking me personal questions. So I'm a little bit teasing you. But that's the point, you know, that, you know, it's really, I never felt free, more free in my life. Free. You can talk to anybody. You can meet anybody. There is nothing to hide. There is nothing to profit from them. There is nothing to pretend. You are yourself. You can't do this in material world. This is meaningless. You know, this freedom, what we have now, it's something unbelievable, you know. So the Prabhupada said that just by coming in touch with devotees, you get this Krishna's attraction. Krishna is attractive. God is attractive. God is beautiful. God is genius. He's smart. He's clever. He's loving. He's all good qualities are there. Who would not be attracted? But we do not know about him. This is the biggest problem. We have no clue. We have no clue about all the fun. Now, when you come near devotees, then this attraction, it's felt that Krishna attracts others through devotees. So in the history, in the past of thousands of years, you can see that saintly people, they would actually attract people. They would attract others. They would actually, people, common men would be attracted with them and follow them and help them, serve them. And in that way, they will be infected also with love of God. So this is happening even now. Even now, you can see when Prabhupada was there, everybody was attracted with personality of Prabhupada. It's not that they were aiming, oh, I joined Hare Krishna movement to realize God, to see Krishna playing flute. Nothing like that. Because they like the Swamiji. They like the Swamiji, they joined. All movement grew around one person. That was Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was pure to give them Krishna. He did not center himself as a center of attraction. He was very clear. It is Krishna who is attracting you. It is Krishna who is attractive. I'm just servant of Krishna. So I like this very much. This is so beautiful that Prabhupada is transparent, in spite of being all deserving and all qualified and all holding all the moments himself as a one person. He always attached devotees to Krishna, invoke their affection for Krishna, not for himself only, you know. So this is so beautiful in spiritual movement that there's no selfishness, there's no ego, there is no this stupid game of seek and hide, you know, that, are you dating somebody? No,
no, Prabhu.
Indians, they don't do that. Good. Okay,
oh, the poor guy is getting.
Does anyone else wants to ask questions?
No, I'm not accusing him. I'm asking. So okay, he's not doing. But you know, people pretend like anything in this dating business, you know. They want to impress. They want to show something else, you know. My friend was borrowing shoes from me, suit from somebody else, belt from another person, you know. He was all assembled from all neighborhood. We would assemble his dress, you know. Yeah. Poor fellow had to pretend, you know, because girl had the nose a little bit like this, you know. She was a little proud, you know, coming from rich family. So he had to impress her, you know. So I had to go to school in my sports shoes for 1 week because he took my shoes for the date. So it's amazing, you know. And after that, after 1 week, he was exposed, you know, like you remember the wolf falling in the blue collar. When wolf fall into blue collar, other animals were thinking there's some new species in the forest, you know. But when moon rise up, wolf started doing, ooh. So same thing, this girl in 1 week understood that this is not rich man. This is, you know, some space out fellow borrowing things around. So you see, this is material world is like this, you know. You have to lie, you have to pretend, or you are lied to. Somebody is lying to you. They're lying about money. They're lying about their feelings. They're lying about their interests. They're hiding their desires. Just give me a break. Enough of this material world. Forget it. Devotees are not like this. And they are the proof that God is there. Look at the Prabhupada. Who is biggest proof that God is there? For me, Prabhupada is biggest proof. Have you seen Krishna? No. But I seen Prabhupada. Have you seen Prabhupada? No. But I see him speaking and I hear his lectures. I read his books. Same thing. I can see him on every line in his book. I can hear him on every lecture. I just close eyes. I'm hearing. I'm seeing him. I can smell him. I can. You know, you can't miss. You know. So he is the proof. I don't need other proof. What, you know, what else proof I need? When I see one pure person, and look at his disciples. You know, I have good news. They are extending lockdown in Tamil Nadu. I'm so happy because Guru Maharaj locked up with us. I'm so bad. Sorry, I'm so bad, but Maharaj is locked up with us. We are so happy, you know. I'm writing to Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. There are so many cases in Salem. Please close it forever.
Yeah. Just for your info for everybody, Gokul Chandra Prabhu's and my Guru Maharaj is currently resident in Salem because of lockdown. His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, whom he is referring to, and that's the good fortune they are having now. They're getting bathed with fantastic amount of spiritual instruction and knowledge at this point in time. Sorry to interrupt, Prabhu. On to you.
No, I'm very much happy. So you see, this is spiritual life. If it's not fun, I would not be here, believe me. Maybe I'll come to Dubai. So people are afraid because of ignorance. They do not know, they do not know what a bliss is this devotional life. They're hesitating, Then be cheated from childhood, from the womb of your mother. They are preaching to you, money will make you happy, education will make you happy, marriage will make you happy. But Hare Krishna, it's not true, baby blue, it's wrong. It's not true. You are an illusion. Try, you go on trying, choose the truth as you like. Once you finish off, you can log in and Zoom here. Hare Krishnas. Okay, better you ask some questions, Sorry, I took so much prasadam. I'm completely intoxicated. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but when you asked me what's the one thing that I could do if I had a superpower, I actually wanted to say I want to come to Salem and have the Shrikhand.
Wow.
I should remember that. Yeah, on one of the festivals.
Good idea. I'll write down. Tell to cook tomorrow. Mango Shrikhand.
Okay, so the next question that we have is,
questions?
Yes, what is the right path to approach God, and who is the true guru?
Right path is first right, you turn. Go straight and first right. That is the right path. You're asking tough question, Pandit Pawan Baba. It's what is the right path? The right path is to rightly follow the path. You know that? Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm. So you say, what is the right path? You just follow what devotees say, You can see people who are devotees, who are dedicated their life in service of God. And naturally, when you come around them, you are attracted. You want to be like them. You want to spend time with them. You want to talk to them. You want to share with them, You just want to be nearby. And automatically, they will pull you into the ocean of bliss. They will engage you in the service. They will talk about God. You will do some service. They will engage your mind, senses. They will absorb you. They will bewilder you. They will mesmerize you. Be careful. It's just to be with devotees. There is no big philosophy, Just like you are attracted with some particular girl. I've heard, so I don't know, but I heard like that. And now what do you want to do? Somehow or other, you want to be around. This way, that way. You'll find some excuse. No? Just, I'm by chance here. Like that. So, similarly, if once you get a little taste for the devotees association, then your mind will work like this. Somehow or other you come. Somehow or other just be around. Be around just to, because why? Because nectar is there. Because once you taste this nectar, then you will be attracted, So devotees who have that jar of nectar, the storehouse, in Sanskrit we call them ashraya vigraha, those who are holding the nectar of love of God, then we have to serve them. So Prabhupada left the nectar with his disciples, and now we have to serve them, and whatever little drop comes, lick, get the nectar, So this is how mind of devotee works. It's a natural attraction. Just like boy will be attracted to the girl, same thing, devotee will be attracted to kirtan, to deities, to association of devotees, to prasada, So it's a natural part of bhakti. There is no mystery. You can't miss it. You cannot miss it because this is natural position of the soul. It's so spontaneous, so natural, so, I don't know what to say. Just, you have to be stupid to miss it, it's, it's like this, I see a few more faces here. They are looking very much worrying. Hare Krishna.
So who is the true guru?
Who is the true guru? The true guru is one who actually gives you Krishna, who tells you how to become devotee of Krishna. Who is devotee himself, he is true guru. He is servant of Krishna, he is a guru. But there are many definitions of guru. But the simple one is like this. If you see somebody emanating Krishna, speaking about Bhakti, teaching about Bhakti, practicing, you can see him, you can't miss, you can see that quality, you know. It will attract you. He is attractive, he is emanating Krishna. Krishna from his heart is attracting you. He's speaking clearly. He's not mesmerizing, he's not confusing you. He's not exploiting you. He's not after your money. He's not after your body. He's not after your house. He's not after anything. He's the giver. He's one who shares. He's one who is emanating so much nectar from him. And you can see in his presence, you can see the weight. You can see the pressure on material desires. You can see the mind is freaking out. Ooh, I have to surrender. You can see the gravity. You can see he's like a grinder. You know, this chaka, you know, like that, you know, slowly grinds all these material desires into powder, you know. The guru is one in whose presence you feel purified. You become serious. You understand things properly. You become inspired. You get courage, determination in his presence. You think, okay, from today, I shall become serious. That is guru. Guru is, it's difficult to say. Yeah, you know, you will know who is a guru. It's main qualification is that he is devotee of Krishna. This is simple definition. But this is really all-inclusive definition, because one who is devotee of Krishna, he is a mind-blowing personality, you know, he is amazing. How many people in your life you met that they are not selfish? They are not hooked on money. They are not hooked on some bad trip, some ego, some weird, you know. How many weirdos you met in your life? Really strange people, no? So the guru is such a wonderful personality. He's a pure soul, free from attachment, free from maya, free from ego, free from selfishness, free from, just fully transparent. Just, you know, like now it's summer here, it was 42 today in Salem. And now there is a cool breeze, you know. So this is a guru. Cool breeze in our life, that material heat just cools down, pacifies, you know. And then he also gives you hope. He said, I'm also like you, simple fellow. I also struggle in material life. Let us chant together Hare Krishna. Just to encourage us, you know, he's coming down, you know. Prabhupada said, I also had family. I was also running business. One of Prabhupada's disciples had to go to jail. That was early 68. He was selling some drugs before coming to Krishna consciousness. And he had to go to jail for 3 months. So Prabhupada, he came to Prabhupada, they offered pranam, and he said that, Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, I'm sorry, but for next few months, I will not be able to come to the temple. Why? I had to go to jail. Why? So he felt embarrassed, but he said that I was selling some drugs, so I have to go to jail. And Prabhupada said, I was also selling drugs in my previously, means he was running pharmaceutical business. So he said he had pharmacy. He was selling the medicines, so he called it drugs. No? So he said, I was also selling drugs. Why should one go to jail for selling drugs? So you see, the Prabhupada is so innocent, but so compassionate. He said, I was also selling drugs to suit him. Then when he understood that this disciple has to go to jail for actually drug offense, he said, never mind, Krishna was born in the jail. Krishna will protect you. So to say, you know, so Guru is showing you that Guru is one who takes you out of this material jail. That's the Guru. Who tells you, even in material jail, you can be peaceful, you can be happy if you serve Krishna. That is a Guru. It's a big thing, this Guru question, you know. But Pawan, why are you angry at me? But all these heavy questions you're giving today, Papa, you know. Sure, I have to cool down myself. Such a heavy question.
So there are some questions on the chat. Yes.
There's a very important question which I want to share.
Yes.
Very important question. Who is that? Nikhil?
Nikhil, yeah.
Nikhil asked, who's your favorite football star?
Footballer.
Wait a minute. What did he say?
Your favorite football star, Prabhu?
My favorite football star.
Yeah, he's showing hi. Nikhil is there, Prabhu. He wants to know.
My goodness.
Oh, that's the guy in the red t-shirt there.
Football star. You know what? I stopped watching football 93, you know. Football star. I remember that time famous was this Maradona. You know Maradona? Maybe he's dead now. I don't know. Is he alive? I have no clue. Anyway, my dear questioner, whoever asked the question, how will this benefit you in life? You know, I came first time in Bhagavatam class in my life. This was, if I remember correctly, this was Monday. Sunday feast I came, and then the devotees called me Monday for Bhagavatam class, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I came. With great endeavor, I woke up and came. Krishna Kshetra Swami, that time Krishna Kshetra Prabhu was giving class. And that was the time of Mundial, means World Cup in football. This is back 1993. Okay. So Sunday night, it was big thing, you know, like semi-final or something, you know, madness, you know. Croatia in Europe, where I'm coming from, they know only to do two things, you know, to play football and to celebrate after that, you know. If they win, they drink, and if they lose, they drink. So this is what they do. So it was big match Sunday night. So hardly 5 of us came for Bhagavatam class, you know, in the morning, Monday morning, because everybody was watching football. So Krishna Kshetra Swami came in temple room. He saw 5 people only. So he said, what happened? Where is everybody? Because Sunday feast was like 80 people, 100 people, like that. He expected at least 30, 40 on Bhagavatam class. 5 of us only came. And we told him that, Maharaj, there is a World Football Championship and semi-finals are going on. And I think it was, I forgot who was playing. Argentina and France. You see, sharp memory due to celibacy. Right. So, and then what he said, sitting peacefully on Vyasasana, football. Football. So I was thinking, my goodness, what is he thinking, you know? Maybe he is thinking, maybe we should tell him who is playing. Maybe he is interested, you know. He said, I could not understand this football game. I saw it once. There were 22 grown-up people, adult people, running in the big green field after the ball. And they run very aggressively. They want to snatch ball from each other. Why they don't buy each other one ball and be peaceful and happy? Why they have to snatch each other's ball? So that was his comment on football. Why did they run around one ball? Buy 22 balls, let them be happy. Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, you know. Why do they have to run and smash each other legs and fight and push and throw each other on the floor? Madness, you know. He was so peaceful. He was so happy. So I stopped watching football from that Monday, you know. Is a waste of time. And what is your father doing? My father is professor. And your father, director. And your father, my father is running with another 21 men on the green field after the ball. Meaningless, no? Meaningless. All right, the next question.
Okay, so we have an interesting question. It says, why build a temple when the temple is within us?
Why build temple? Because temple is within us. Is it? Okay. Why to build temple? Because temple is within us. All right. So then next Sunday we'll all come to your temple for prasadam. Huh? Can you accommodate? You have big hearts, Patit Pawan. We'll all come. So true. It is true. There is no need actually to build a temple. The Krishna is in everyone's heart. Temple is within us. But to realize this, first we build the temple, call the people and explain them. Okay, now you have come to temple to learn that you don't have to come to temple. Not like that. You see, simple thing is that the temple is place of service. Temple is place for our neophytes, who are us neophytes, to advance, to learn, to share, to actually start practicing bhakti. You know, this is the place of purification of heart. Then only we'll realize that God is in our heart, you know. Yeah, of course you can become devotee without the, you know, coming to temple, but you cannot become devotee without association of devotees. And temples are places purposely made that people can come and associate with devotees. It's not about building. It's not about building. It's about seeing the sadhu, meeting devotee. This is the temple. Temple is place where you meet a sadhu and you get spiritual instruction and you advance. That is the temple. And this temple, in the temple, you are building your temple in the heart, actually, you know. So there is no contradiction. There is no anything to, you know, lose. It's easy, you know. Yeah, like anything you want in life. You want to buy some fruits, you go to the market. You want spiritual life, you go to the temple. It's easy for people to understand. And then there they get guidance. The secret of temple is, what is a temple? Definition. Is it place where deity is worshipped? No. It is place where devotees worship the deity. If there are no devotees in the temple, there is no deity there. Krishna is not there if devotees are not there. So temple is place where you meet devotees, where devotees worship God. So there is no difference, big temple or your heart temple. No? In this case, whoever asked question, he could think like this. There is no difference between Salem temple and my heart, because our temple is made of granite, you know. So to ask such a question, you have granite like heart, you know. It's a joke, relax, Baba. Don't worry. You are all people stiff. What happened to you? Relax a little bit. Anyway, you will lose job sooner or later, don't worry.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, we have a question from Nandakumar Prabhu, where he's asking about the Gaushala and the cows that you have in Salem. So how do you grab attention or affection from your cows?
Oh my goodness. Almost I said something. I'm intoxicated. Don't ask me this question. I'll tell you everything today. I can't control. So You see, okay, I'll tell you something. You know what we are doing? We are actually breeding cows now. We are completely made with idea to breed the cows. We are matching, we are looking the bull, we are looking the cow, and we are matching horoscopes, you know. We are making good progeny now. And we are giving now to our, because we want to have good progeny, good cows, we are giving all the milk to the calves. We are not milking anymore, Nanda Kumar. We are not milking.
Jai.
They are drinking. Calves are drinking, and they're also intoxicated. They drink so much, and they cannot walk. I'll show you a video. He goes left and right and left, and standing and sleeping. Have you ever seen calf? So at least for first 3 months, they drink 4 nipples. Not everybody can do that. So cows are giving plenty of milk. We milk nighttime, whatever left over. Bulls, small bulls, they don't leave anything. Calves are kind. Females are what you call the tender gender. So they leave some milk for us. But bulls, they don't leave any milk. So, you know, we are really, and they are super tall. They are so big. They grew so fast, you know, they are beautiful. And we had now phenomenon that we have 4 cows giving milk more than 2 years after the calf birth, you know. And we have, I will show you video of a Ranganath Das bull. We were in Sri Rangam when we heard the bull was born, so he got the name Ranganath Das. He is taller than his mother, 1.5 years old. And he comes for drinking of milk.
Oh, really?
So this photo, I'll show you, this look crazy. The bull is higher than the mother and he's drinking milk. You know, so it's amazing. So now mother is little kind of kicking him, you know, pushing him away. Oh, come on, you know, behave yourself. You are 1.5 year old. You don't have to drink milk anymore. So now we have all the new generation of cows. We are, you know, trying to take care. Now is summer season. We bath them every day. Every day bathing of the cows is a fun. And they are nice, you know, they reciprocate. You know how you mingle with the cow. You do service. You come and brush the cow, you clean the cow, you feed the cow. You know, not that you come with your deepa and agarbatti and do puja. You bring some grass, bring some bananas, jaggery. It's more appreciable, you know. Cows are more practical than humans, I tell you, you know. Love comes through the belly. Feed the cow, then she will notice you. And brush and take care and bath and cool. And you know, they reciprocate, they love. So you can see our Shadbhuj Prabhu, who is now 3 years in Goshala, is amazing. The cows are following him like you would have a dog walking with you around. So he has 2-3 calves just walking behind him wherever he goes. And when he calls cow by names, they come, and it's beautiful, you know. We have all kinds of incidents in the Goshala. 2 cows are fighting, and 5 cows come between and separate them. You know, they push one cow away, another cow away. They push them, they separate them completely. You know, and then when they cool down, they release them. It's amazing. It's really amazing to see. Yes. So, yeah, thing is just by serving the cows, you can develop so much love and affection. Come on, people love their dogs. They love their cats, you know. Cows are really loving. It's amazing, you know. And yeah, I know these vegans, they're pushing now, you know. Don't exploit the cows, don't drink the milk. But actually, all Vedic culture is based on the milk product. Veda means yagya. Yagya means ghee. Without ghee, there is no yagya. So these vegans are very aggressive now. They are very aggressive. They are pushing that, you know, you are exploiting and this and that. But it's not like that. The thing is that if you love cows, if you take care of cows, they give plenty of milk. And we are not keeping cows for milk. We are keeping cows to show the world that you don't send cows to slaughterhouse. You don't sell bull to the slaughterhouse. The bull is plowing the land, and the cow is giving a milk, and cow is giving ghee and yogurt and cow dung and cow urine. Is useful animal. And cows get benefit. When everything from cow is offered to Krishna, cow gets human form of life, Mr. Vegan. You know that, you know? And this vegan, the one of the biggest promoters in, I'll not tell the name, but in America, one is in Sweden, one is in India. All three of them are vegans, fanatics, and pro-abortion. They say, don't kill animals, and you can kill your child in the womb. Bogus vegans, no? So of course, in America, to be vegan makes sense because all their milk is from the cows which are going to slaughterhouse. So I won't drink that. Guru Maharaj, he drinks only milk from protected cows. So we also do now that. We also put the rules. We don't buy even ghee outside anymore. We don't take ghee outside. We don't take anything outside. So that makes sense. If we go to America, where you will take milk? You can't eat it. And I'm sure their milk is poison. They're stuffed with all kinds of antibiotics and medicines and this and that. I'm sure there is millions of reasons are there to be vegan in USA. But Hare Krishnas are never going to become vegans. We are the worshippers of the Gopal, of the Lord of the cows, and we are going to drown in the milk. We are dreaming of, Vedas describe milk ocean is there. Where is a question of us stopping drinking milk? But we are not, you know, we don't like this slaughterhouse and mistreatment of cows and dairy farms and all these things that we do not support. So cow protection, big topic. Patit Pawan, you're really, I think for all month you are preparing this most difficult questions in the universe. Huh? Just to put me on the spotlight and expose my foolishness.
Bro, we just had the last question for today evening.
The last question.
What is the first step of enlightenment, and how do we become more detached from the material world?
My goodness, what happened to you? Where are you finding all these questions?
This question is on the group chat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We have some very...
Now you're dumping on somebody else.
we are having some very true seekers in many ways, many of them really interested, following various paths at this time. So some of these questions are spontaneously coming from the team.
I think we lost him.
Yes, we did. Okay, let's wait for him to reconnect.
Pawan, it's all because of you. You asked so many difficult questions. That's why probably.
It's actually a question by Sid Matji.
Yeah, thank you, Sajana.
Yeah, I saw that.
He joined us for the first time ever. He's
hey, Siddharth. Welcome.
And he is in, I think he's in London, and he's a doctor.
We have a comment from Sid also. He took the term detachment literally.
I agree. There's one more from Gautam also. Maybe we can post it later.
Is anybody trying to get in touch with Gokul Prabhu? Are you working in the background?
Yes.
On the other hand, can I take a pot shot in the meanwhile, just to keep us engaged at this particular question? Would that be good, Sanjana?
Yes. Yeah.
First thing is you need to switch the light on. I mean, we spoke about enlightenment. Now the point is, I was just listening to a lecture this morning. The first step in enlightenment is the step. That one needs to take a few steps to move towards that. And the first step there is with regard to gaining knowledge and understanding, and that involves some analysis, perspectives, introspection. That's the first step. And when one, so some of us would prefer to go through this process of introspection and trying to understand oneself and one's role by ourselves. And some of us want to go through a guided process. And so it depends on how confident we are. How many times we have never missed a route without a GPS, you know, like that. From that perspective, there are many times that we can be on a path, we can make an attempt and not hit it right. And therefore, the Vedic system prescribes that one of the first steps towards enlightenment is to be first find somebody who is enlightened and who may be in a position to guide us and take us through the process. So if at all there is a first step that is there towards enlightenment, the first step would be to find someone who will be able to take us through. There is another argument that you will hear on the other side. There are people who say that we should not be listening to anybody or gaining opinions from anybody. You introspect, you question every single thing, you come to a conclusion, and you arrive at what you think is right or what you think is wrong. That process will take you 3.5 lifetimes in reality. Yes, because that's how much time it's going to take to ask questions about every single thing, to query everything, to analyze everything, and to be able to come to conclusions. In fact, the very guy who suggests that you should not, there are many big talkers and gurus who suggest that we should not be taking anybody's opinion. We should only work on self-inquiry. The first mistake that fellow who is suggesting this is doing is he's giving a lecture and he's giving an opinion for us to follow, and that itself is a problem. Do you understand where I'm getting to? A person who says don't accept anybody's opinion, only go by your opinion, is not supposed to be saying that, because you're giving your opinion in the first place. So stop giving your opinion. No thanks to you. On the other hand, so from that perspective, parlance, the Vedic system wants us first to find somebody who you think will be able to address your questions, take you through the process, handhold you through the process of enlightenment. And if there is a first step, that's what I think is the first step. Shubh, do you have any comments on that? Anybody else? Any comments? Is Prabhu here? Gokul Prabhu?
No, he's not here yet.
Not yet. They have network issues in the place right
Pavan,
now. Yeah.
I see Bhagwan Prabhu's.
I see a GBD there.
So
yeah,
can't Gokul Prabhu take an answer from there?
Yes, I'll just call him. Just give me a second.
There's another question, Prabhu, which is by...
One minute, Sanjana. Sorry. Before we go to the next question, since Siddharth is new to the group, would like to know if he was able to connect with that answer and if he has anything.
If there's anything else, thank you, Siddharth. If there's anything more in the same connection,
okay.
Thank you so much. Good to see that comment. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Sanjana, back on to you.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, there's another question by Gautam regarding Mataji's prasad.
Yeah. Believe me, Gautam, you go to Salem and have that prasad that is cooked there.
Actually,
you will actually understand what is real prasad.
I didn't mention Gokul Prabhu, whom we had with us today. He is a fantastic cook. And if you go to their webpage, you will see 108 varieties of khichdi. 108 varieties of khichdi. And believe me, first of all, khichdi is a wonderful item. In case Christine is not, or anybody else who doesn't know, it's one of the most nutritious, simple Indian item to prepare, which can be prepared in a jiffy, and can cater to many people in one shot, and it's a complete meal in itself. And there are 108 varieties out there with so many different. There's a Rajasthani flavor to it. There are Nepali varieties to it. I mean, it's not just that one with chickpea, one with red bean, kidney bean. It's not just that. Yes, that's not how they worked on. The varieties are different and very beautiful. So to say, and the mangoes, they get the best of mangoes. They have the best of milk. For people like Gautam, who's talking about prasadam, that place is
no.
heaven.
If I have to add, my question was just misunderstood. I said when I was younger, it was in regards to somebody asking, is a temple important? And I questioned that when I was younger, I attended all my Krishna consciousness lessons at Mataji's house and got prasadam every time I left. So how different does that make it from a temple?
Yeah, a house where such activities are being held should be considered as a temple. I completely take that point from you, except that also is a we have as householders and normal inmates of a house. So a house is a multi-purpose setup, but what happens to a temple? It's a completely dedicated space. You can never go to a temple so that you go get a cat nap or you want to catch up with this. You don't go there to sleep. You don't go there for sensual activities. You don't go there to watch TV. You don't go there to interact on. So temple brings along with it the very ethos and the very vibrations of that place. Is every person who walks into that place walks in with a mood of inquiry, walks in with a mood of reverence, walks in with a mood of prayerfulness, walks in with a mood where he is appealing to the Lord. So there are some, just like in the earth, the water is present all over the earth, but there are some places where it comes out as either gushing out as a spring or a geyser suddenly, or a hot water, this thing. So the earth is ready to give different things in different places. Yes, in a similar exact manner, when the Lord, when God's being worshipped in a particular place, that place it becomes like a haunt for all those who want to actually relate to him in that manner. And God also gets accustomed to relating to people who come to him in that location, in that manner. So there are many places, if you see, there are many temples that they say, they say if you have this problem, if you go to this temple or this church, or I mean it's there in all religions, you will have your problem. This problem specifically gets resolved. Yes, why? Is because that's the kind of people that they approach, and that's the mood with which the person there also is respond. The God, the personality that we are worshipping also responds. Actually, it's a big science to understand. But as Prabhu was mentioning earlier, Gokul Prabhu was mentioning, some of the most important aspects of being in a temple is where you get to the opportunity to meet up with people who are pursuing spiritual life. That's why. How many of you have heard this before? When you go to a temple or someplace, you see people sit down for a minute. Have you seen? How many of you?
Yeah.
Can I have some responses? Yeah. Gautam, you've seen that? People go and sit down there. It may be crowded, but you'll see still some people insist that they just be seated for a minute. Would you know why that comes up? You know why that happens?
No.
Anybody?
It brings
that
peace.
Happens. Sorry?
It brings peace.
Sorry?
It brings peace. Like my mental state is very peaceful at that point. When
Absolutely.
I sit in a temple, I feel like, okay, I'm producing something, even though I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting, but it feels really, it calms me down. I don't get angry at anything I hear after that for like at least a few hours. Energy levels are higher.
Very nice, very good, and some nice points that have been shared in the chat also about the energy levels, and very factual there. One very important thing you need to know why you get to sit in a temple is exactly in connection with the energy levels that you're talking about, so that we will be able to sit there and absorb the mood, the energy, the sound vibrations in that place. when you're blowing a shanka, a conch, for instance, or when you're ringing a bell. I see Dheeraj resonating to that nicely. Dheeraj loves to play the conch. I've seen him do that in many. It's such a beautiful sound. It resonates with you. It speaks to your inner self in many ways. But there is also another important reason, because in the time that you spend there by being seated or giving it the time, you get the opportunity to interact with people who have as a serious priority in their life. When God is a serious priority for a person, interacting with that person is going to enhance your own experience and your own progress in that direction. That's one very important thing. And you get to hear, either you get to hear people singing their names or about some of the pastimes or things like that, or there's somebody giving a lecture. So this is temple is not simply a place of worship. For us in the Vedic system, temple is a center of culture. Temple is a space where every single aspect of life, whether it comes to feeding people who are in needy or in distress, or just giving out prasadam to everybody, this is our cultural center. This is our place where we all come together to meet each other. This is the place, because in the times of the past we didn't have Zoom. Temple was the space where everybody would come in and say hello, to meet everybody. It was the cultural center, it was the social center, it was the spiritual center, it was everything. And therefore, the inner temple is an important concept. We can never let that go. But the outer temple, the actual external temple, performs so many functions which cannot just be replaced by the inner temple. I hope I'm making that point clear. Yeah. Any other questions, comments before we close? It looks like our folks. I do have a number.
We are just trying to get through Prabhu, but I think he's still having network issues, so we might have to wrap it up. He's not able to join in yet.
Yeah, just for this, now we are going to bring him back once more.
Yeah, for sure.
How many of us think we should have him come join us one more time, so that we may have probably a couple of weeks down the line?
All hands up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Good to see.
Just that we need a different host. I don't want to be bullied.
Hey,
we got to know many of his secrets.
Any hands going up for hosting the event? Who's gonna? Sanjana would do that. Yeah, Sanjana.
No. I think if anyone's interested, yeah, let us know, and we'll give you the host for either Gokul, Chandra, Prabhu, or another speaker, which could be Mataji and Prabhu themselves. So. Yeah, if you guys are interested to host it, let us know and we'll do something about it. But that was the first time we invited a monk to our class, so that was very special. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Pawan, is there anything you want to say? I think Gokul Chandra Prabhu has also written a few books, right?
Yes, he has authored a couple of books. Please go on, Pawan.
So he's written a book called Who is Supreme? So the question that was asked by Christine, which was why does God have so many names and why are there so many gods, is exactly answered in that book. It is available on Amazon, or you could always borrow a copy from me if Christine, you want one, or any of you want one. And he's also given or contributed to a documentary called The Vedic Cosmology, which is on YouTube, which talks about the entire creation of the universe from the Vedic perspective. Very different from the Big Bang and all the others that we hear. So for those of you who are interested and keen on that, can also just YouTube it and watch that. And yeah, that's about it. Can
you also tell about the temple? Where is it being built?
Right. Okay. So Prabhu is building a massive stone temple. I think the picture was posted on the group. This is in a place called Salem, which is about, say, 2.5 hours, 3 hours from Chennai, where Mataji and Prabhu have also lived there for quite a number of months or years. And it's so this particular site that is there, it's on the Salem-Bangalore highway. It's a very beautiful place. It's a little cut off from the main city, so it has a very serene atmosphere. And so the entire temple that he's building has been architectured as such and engineered by him. And so it's an entire stone-based temple. So if you look at the traditional South Indian temples like the Srirangam and different places that are there, you'll see the carvings on the particular stone and the detailing that goes into it. And to find such sthapatis now is a big challenge. So none of these are just machine made in terms of 3D printing. It's actually done by a sthapati and carved exactly according to how the design should be. So he's gotten marble from Jaipur, and he's got different materials from all around India. And he's trying to build a massive, amazing temple along with a Vedic cultural center. So there's going to be accommodation for about 2,000 people. There's going to be a wedding hall, something called a Samskara center. There's going to be a youth center. There's going to be a Govinda's restaurant. So it's a massive project that's coming up. In the future, once it's up, we can probably make a visit as Bhakti launch trip.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pawan, for hosting today's class. We loved having you put on the spot. And
whatever happened here stays in Bhakti Lounge. Don't spread it out.
We still don't know who your girlfriend is. We'll find out soon, hopefully. But thanks. Mataji, is there anything you'd like to say?
Nothing at all, Sanjana. I hope everybody enjoyed the Ask Monk session, and we will have more of monks attending, coming over to answer our sessions, our questions. And if any of you have any other suggestions that you would like to have as part of Bhakti Launch programs, please suggest, and we are here to serve you. In fact, I'm feeling very sad. I was really asking, trying to see if we can get in touch with Gokul Chandra Prabhu and bring him back, because I wanted to introduce the 4 powerful ladies of Bhakti Lounge. The major ones who are contributing to run this, but we couldn't do it today, but we will bring him back to just do that one fine day. So thank you very much, all the powerful ladies of Bhakti Lounge. Sanjana, Sunita, Christine, and Ria, thank you very much.
Thanks to everybody for being here and making this a wonderful event.
Yeah, thanks, Pawan. Pawan coordinated for the past 4 days to make this happen, collated all the questions, and was ready to be bullied through the session. That was the biggest fun part here. Thank you very much. And thanks everybody else for joining. Siddharth, especially those of you who are new today. Siddharth and Anita Aidasani. I'm not sure if I saw you last week. And thank you very much, Nina, for joining us again. This is the second week, I guess, you're here. And there were many others who came in. And Bhumi, it's wonderful to see you after a long time. Thank you so much for joining in.
And Kanchan.
Yes, Kanchan is new as well. Thank you. Dheeraj also.
Malvika's cat joined us.
Malvika's cat always joins us. It used to join us even in the early morning chanting sessions. So it's a